Alright. Should be live now. But, I will be needing a moment. Because there are some things I have to set up for my OBS. Oh, and I'm also needing a bathroom break. Oh my god, dude, I feel so dehydrated. Anyway, I'll be back. Well, I'll get things set up in a moment. Dehydration. Okay. How am I gonna do this? Oh, first headphones, so I can blast music all I want, and none of you can hear it. No, I'm joking. But you know, it'll probably involve some audio tuning. So you know, that's my obligatory. Please bear with me. Comment. Such as I just moved my thingy around a bit. What's my microphone hearing? I don't actually know what my microphone's hearing. But PoE audio. There we go. Alright. So you can hear Path of Exile now. Window capture. Path of Exile. Oh. There we go. I don't know why it's... I don't know why it's there, but... Save, fit to screen. No resolution. Huh. Ah, well. If there's a problem with it, I'll figure it out later. Guess let me get my path of buildings set up. I wonder if I could add a link to it. I probably could. No problem. Let me, okay, so live. I'm gonna edit the comment with the link to my build. Work in progress. In all caps and parentheses. There we go. There should be a link to my there should be a link to the build I'm trying to make. So yeah. So before we actually get into shooting things and exploding the universe, I want to take a moment to share my path of building. Like on stream, I want to share it for a bit. Here we go. This is my path of building, what we're looking at. So far the build has actually diverged a little bit from the path of building. Initially I was planning on running the attack speed nodes, but I ended up running spell damage nodes instead. And the reason why is because I started out as a spellcaster, and that's pretty much it. Is that I started this character out as a spellcaster. And then we've got True Strike. We're going to be coming down here, grabbing this notable eventually, and then this Evasion Mastery. And the idea is for the spell suppression and obviously the evasion rating. Unfortunately, this character has been cursed with evasion and spell suppression, so we're probably going to die a lot. But, you know, reservation stuff, I'll talk about that later. And then we're coming over here and down, right? So there's a few nodes I got here. We have the increased attack speed and multi-shot because I think multi-shot will actually affect the amount of arrows that Storm Rain fires out. Which, because this is a cast on crit build, the more crits I'm landing, the more often I'm going to be discharging. We have a spell suppression tree with the spell suppression mastery. Chance to suppress spell damage is lucky. This is kind of, as far as I'm aware, this is kind of like the build's main survival mechanic. It's like, what, 39% spell suppress? Yeah, that's 53 spell suppress. And then spell suppression chance is lucky. What that means is that the game will roll the spell suppress chance twice, and then it'll take the favorable result. You know, basically, if you take a spell hit, if it's normal, then you'll only spell suppress half the time. But if spell suppress chance is lucky, then you get two 50-50 chances. So, in a sense, it's more like a 75% chance to suppress. Anyway. A little bit of evasion and elemental resist. Come down here, some crits. Dexterity for a gem, for a jewel socket. Attack speed and accuracy, I don't know how necessary. Well, this says my chance is still 100%, so maybe it's not very necessary after all. Either way, I just have that there. Going over here, some attack speed with bows. Then bow attacks fire an additional arrow. Again, the whole Storm Rain idea. And then this here, I'm not exactly certain I need it. But because this is a cast on crit build, right? If we come over here, I have Storm Rain, cast on crit, Crackling Lance. So because this is a cast on crit build, I did want to grab some crit passives. Anyway, I've got this. I don't know if I need that or not. Probably not. Another jewel socket. Coming up here. Mind Drinker is supposed to give some mana economy. I really don't know how this is going to shape. I really don't know how this is going to shake out though. So, you know, you're going to have to bear with me on that one. And then we have to come all the way up here. Get, you know, cluster jewel. We'll worry about this later. But come over here, chance to shock, effect of lightning ailments, and then, you know, part of our damage is going to be around applying shocks. Well, part of the damage on this build is going to be revolving around applying shocks. I don't know how high I can shock an enemy. Actually, let me check. Shock increases damage taken by up to 50%, depending on the amount of lightning damage in the hit. Oh, that's great. Anyway, importantly, static blows also increases the duration of shock from 2 seconds to 3 seconds. And then, okay, I guess I didn't take a lightning mastery here. But if I did take a lightning mastery, it would have been probably maximum effect of shock. I held off on that though because I don't know how high of a shock this is going to apply. So we come over here, and this is actually where the default passives end. There's some max life, all resist. Importantly, there's life recoup, and what that does is that if you have 50% life recoup, if you take 1,000 damage, just like up front, then you'll heal, right? If you have 500, if you have 50% life recoup, then you'll heal 500 life over the next 4 seconds. So it's like, it essentially takes some of the damage you take and just heals it back to you over time. And then recovery mastery, life recoup effects instead of a curve or over 3 seconds. If we come back over to Path of Exile, this one was, I think this one was the best option. I think this, of the available masteries, the life recoup effects was probably the best option for the build. And you'll see why I went into the recoup, you'll see why I went into the recoup tree. The recoup cluster, I mean. But, and then there's this, Discord Artisan. I'm not convinced that this one's necessary to build. I wouldn't say it is. This was kind of just because I had nothing better in mind. Truth be told. But, and then we have this entire lightning cluster. So we come up this way, gives a chance to shock. So, and considering, with the added projectiles, Storm Rain is firing out multiple arrows. And there's just going to be a lot of lightning going around everywhere. So it's probably going to be pretty common that enemies are shocked. And then Breath of Lightning further increases the chance, further increases the shock power. So we're at 45% chance to shock. That's per hit. That's kind of ridiculous. I like it. So anyways, that's actually going to be a really consistent, that's going to be really consistent for the static blows damage buff. In fact, I don't actually know. Oh, have I shocked an enemy recently? Yeah, that does actually increase my damage a little bit. Anyway. So I took that, and then I also took this because lightning penetration. And most of our damage is lightning. In fact, almost all of it is lightning. So yeah, that's the normal passive tree. That's kind of what I got here. Oh, right. I was going to mention the reservation mastery for later, but the short version is this is going to be the buffs I have. I don't know if Wrath is actually good for this or not. I took it because it says it gives more spell lightning damage. And then I have Herald of Thunder, which this is important because of something I'll show later on. So yeah, we have Herald of Thunder, Wrath, then Blasphemy, Conductivity. So that when enemies are near me, they're cursed with Conductivity, which is going to reduce the amount of lightning resist they have. And it also makes me shock them even more. So that's, what, a 70% chance to shock if an enemy's near me? That's kind of ridiculous. So, yeah, that's the explanation behind the reservation mastery here. Is that, this is, like, it's got, like, the highest available reservation efficiency while not being very far away from the build tree at large. So I went here for a reason. And then reservation mastery, increased damage for each aura or herald affecting you. I figured that was a gimme. Though truth be told, yeah, my evasion is actually looking a bit low on the build. So it might... Well, losing Wrath is a pretty big damage loss. But if I put on Grace instead, then you know, I'm going to be dodging most attacks. I don't know. Let's just leave Wrath for now. Oh, by the way, this is assuming all gems are at 0 quality, just so you know. Right, every gem here is at 0 quality. If I increase the quality, then chances are the full DPS would go up a lot. So anyways, yeah, I've got like a bunch of high cost auras, that's why I grabbed this. As for Ascendancy, we're going with the new one, the Reliquarian. Yeah, we got a bit of passive skill points. So, armor display... Alright, so... Reliquarian's a bit of an odd one. Alright, you get passive based... You get, like, passive buffs based on unique items that are in the game. So the one I took here was Maw of Conquest. Which makes it so that you're unaffected by poisons, and 40% of the damage you take is recouped as life. And the reason why I did that is because if you stack that with this up here, that should be 70% life recoup. Unless there's a cap to it, which I don't know if there is or not. Yeah, 70% life recoup is a lot. Let me look it up, actually. No, there doesn't seem to be a cap. So yeah, 70% life recoup. And that happens over 3 seconds. So that's like... So yeah, it's like 23% of the damage you take is being regenerated per second. It's actually pretty decent. Then, weapon display, I went for martial weapon. And I could do belt, you know, I could have done Belt Timber Blade because, you know, evasion rating while moving and then skills firing additional projectiles would help Storm Rain a bit. The problem with that is that I don't actually have a movement skill on this build. Well, I guess it's a good thing I never put anything in my boot socket, huh? Anyway. So I could have done Widow Hail, but I don't know how that would have worked with my Quiver of Choice. So I just went with Terminus Est instead. You know, because that gives increased movement speed, and I'm getting Frenzy charges every time I crit. And this build crits pretty dang often. Actually, let's put that one on. So the cap should be 3. Oh, that actually bumps me up to 500,000 DPS. Let's go, bro. Yeah, there's no way this doesn't. There's no way this isn't like a complete mana black hole. Now I think about it. But yeah, so this armor display will be available in Cruel Lab, so that's like end of Act 7. which means it'll be a while before life recoup really kicks into gear. Until then, I'm probably going to be dying a lot. And then Terminus S is going to be end of Merc Lab, so that's, end of Act 10, early mapping for me. And then Jewelry Display is going to be the last thing once you clear Uber Lab. And for this build, I chose the Astramentus. And I chose it because I was running into stat limit problems on the build at large. So I just kind of ran with that. And then 2, it's just because it seems to provide the best. It just seems to provide the best, most consistent buffs for this specific build. So yeah, that's excuse me. So that's the build. As you can see, it's stupidly squishy. But you know what? I think it makes up for it with immense firepower. At least I'd like to think it's immense firepower. I need more. Frankly, I think I need more life on this build. Which is fine. There's Blood Drinker right here. But my effective hit pool is still 6,000. That's like anything sneezes on me and I'm dead, dude. It feels like it. I guess we might as well go on to the skills now. So, Storm Rain, that's going to be our primary skill. The only reason it's here is literally just to trigger the spells. Right? So first is Storm Rain. We've stacked crit chance because this is a cast on crit build. And when I crit, I'm firing out Crackling Lance. I don't know whether this is the best idea or not. I don't care. I just wanted to have some fun. Some electric chaos. And then supports add light damage, increase crits, lightning pen. I mean, if I... that wouldn't work. Huh. I guess apparently I have enough crit that increase crit damage without do added lightning damage. Well, either way. So yeah, Storm Rain, cast on crit, Crackling Lance, and then everything is just meant to benefit Crackling Lance, but it also happens to benefit Storm Rain, so yeah. And then Herald of Thunder, Blasphemy, Conductivity, Wrath, I mentioned that one before. And then this, and then I have Arcs with Lightning Penetration, add lightning damage, and Elemental Focus. I don't know how helpful the add lightning damage is, but it's on Arc, and I mean, Arc is Arc. So with that, that brings me to the helmet choice, and I went with the Unique Circlet Asenath's Mark because it triggers a socketed spell when you attack with a bow. And considering our main DPS ability is Storm Rain, which is a bow attack. So when I'm firing Storm Rains, I'm also shooting out arcs everywhere. And really, everything that Asenath's Mark provides is just beneficial to this specific build. So I figured why not. As for the remaining gear, Um, we have +1 level of Sakura Gems. Wait. Oh yeah, Sakura on weapon 1. So this should be 2 green, 4 blue. And then I can actually craft a prefix onto it. I could actually craft the effect onto it, which... Okay. I don't even know if you can craft this modifier, but if you can, then that'd be cool. And then finally, I don't know. I feel like I feel like I would honestly want mana economy. So I think that would be my ideal bow. You know, just a rare bow. And the idea behind it is literally just to trigger crits. You know, fire fast, trigger crits. That's all. That's all we want the bow for. You know, fire fast, trigger crits, support the build as best as it can. And then the quiver I chose is Samus Gift. Which, you know, honestly, I don't know if I want this thing or not. I just figured it was probably the ideal choice for this build. Mainly because of the increased lightning damage per 10 intelligence, which now that I'm thinking about it, would be a 27% damage boost. Again, I don't know whether this is good or bad for this build or not. Truthfully, I should probably just do it. I could just do a rare quiver instead, huh? I mean, yeah, I mean, this one's got increased attack speed. This one would give global accuracy rating. This one gives increased crit chance with bows. And then if I did a shark tooth arrow quiver, I could, I don't know, I could in theory do some kind of life tap setup instead. But that seems like it would just drain my life over anything else. Because I don't think life recoup actually works for that. Anyway. So yeah, I guess you'd do... probably the crit one. Then prefixes, you know, max life. Nobody cares about whatever. Nobody cares about this part. And as for suffixes, you could go kind of whatever you want here. You know, attack speed, increased crit chance with bows. I mean, the only thing I would absolutely, like, no argument, you would use it. Bow attacks fire an additional arrow. But, you know, probably want mana per kill. Simply because our mana economy is already pretty constrained as is. can have up to 3 crafted mods. Okay, so if we do that, then probably omit crit chance on bows, because this is already providing us with a small buff. Then I don't actually know. Maybe the max mana? Maybe the max mana and... Hell if I know, man. The freaking... Again, I don't know if this would work. I'm just assuming it will. Which I know is very wishful thinking, but... Yeah. So that'd be like... a possible... I guess there'll be a possible rare quiver in place of this. Anyway, Asenath's Mark, I mentioned that. And then... armor. So armor, I went with Evasion, Energy Shield Hybrid. And the reason why was for the chance to suppress spell damage. You know, these are purely defensive. I wouldn't have thought of an offensive benefit to using these, and frankly, I don't think there is. You know, you want the chance to suppress spell damage. Because, I mean, that's kind of our main survival gimmick anyway. You know, that with life recoup. Which... And then... oh, right, the amulet. So, until further notice, I'm probably just going to be running something random. But once I do get it, I was thinking of running Choir of the Storm. Right? So I'm firing out lightning arrows, right? And I'm firing out freaking chain lightning while I'm at it. And we're also adding freaking forked lightning coming out of me whenever I crit. So why not add some more chaos? So Choir of the Storm felt like the perfect addition, because, you know, if for no other reason, it's literally just for adding the extra lightning bolts when I deal crit. And I'm going to be critting pretty often. Alright, this says when you deal a critical strike, it's not specific. It's not cast on crit. It's just, I deal crit, it fires out a lightning bolt. And, you know, if you take a look at my little full DPS meter on the bottom left, you can see that alone is doubling the DPS of this build. So, that was Choir of the Storm, keeper. Anyway, belt was also pretty defensive. And then the rings. Rings, again, just run whatever placeholder until the ideal time. But once you have it, I thought of a helical ring. Because, you know, you can do lightning damage, you can do increased attack speed for more crits, for more chaos. You can do max life, all resist, and importantly, you can do life recoup. Okay, that's really important. Again, you know, we're doing life recoup on this. But if you can, I thought of getting a Circle of Ambition, because that would improve the effectiveness of our Herald of Thunder and just running Herald of Thunder to begin with. So, yeah. One ring is 79% life recoup. So, if if you can't get a Circle of Ambition, that's fine. Just run whatever. Oh, I mean, but anyway, yeah, that's. I've spent too long rambling about this. That's what we're working with. Let's just get going. I've spent too long rambling. Oh, and by the way, this isn't the first character of this league for me. Just mention that right now. This is not my first character. That's why I have an Asenath's Mark to begin with. That's because I had already gotten a Chaos at some point. And no, I won't be recording any of this. There's probably a different ascendancy that better benefits this build, but I mean, truth be told, you could honestly probably run an assassin and, you could probably run an assassin and just do better, but this is what I ultimately settled for. I think I'm going to try and get up to that lightning tree. That's a lot of passives, though. I think an ideal league starter before, I think an ideal league starter before running this specific build, by the way, would probably be like just Arc. Yeah, I thought of an ascendancy that could better support this kind of build, and that would be the Assassin. So I might give that a try at some point. Really, I just went Reliquarian because I wanted an excuse to play Scions. But wait, if I were to run an Ascendant instead, what would I do? Huh. Yeah, again, Assassin is just kind of perfect for this. Okay, well, I just felt like Reliquarian fit this build best. Now that I think about it, I could also do cast on crit arcs. And that might honestly be better for just total lightning chaos. Because the ultimate end goal of this build is literally just to be that one guy that you find in the public matchmaking who just fills the screen with like nonsense. You know what? If you've played Path of Exile into the end game, you probably know what I'm talking about. You will fill the screen with nonsense and be happy. Because honestly, it's honestly pretty fun to watch. You know? I want to make my own version of that. So I think there will be a lot of iterations on this build. But the core concept is going to remain the same, you know? It's going to be cast on crit with a lot of lightning.
I'm so glad you could make it, my lady. There are answers inside you that I'd like to see. You can't dance forever.
She won't have the chance. Yeah, you're right.
I'll show you what stuck up really means. Enough of this.
Let's see if I can, like, crunch this into the... That's as small as I can get it? Damn.
I just got full time back.
Nice.
I'm gonna be at work a lot more often now.
Alright.
Bye.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, I do have the labyrinth available to me.
remembered only for the mess you leave behind.
Yeah. Get me the hell away from that guy.
Left to its own devices, all of Raycast would come to be this way.
Oh, oh, oh god. Oh no, 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 no. Oh hell no. Oh, tabula rasa. Okay, I definitely wasn't expecting that.
That felt disturbingly good.
Praise be to tabula rasa. Alright. We're going to town. I've honestly never actually dropped a tabula rasa. It's gonna mean less overall defensive power, but hey, I'm willing to take it. Because that means I could literally just assemble this build as I go. Like, it's really going to come online at level 38, which is going to be like end of Act 4. But the fact of the matter is that I can do that now, you know? Guess I'll take Karu Ward for now as well. It's like a why not ordeal for that one. Go to a new instance as well, just to be safe about it. I mean, you can already see, you know, kind of what this build is supposed to be like, just from arcs alone. To Ash. Oh wait, sword. Level 28. Ow. Really sorry, it's like that every time I sneeze. Without fail. It's like I freaking ruptured a lung. Oh, jeez. Alright. Our build is coming together. Already. Now I have Storm Raid. Oh, that. Oh, 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 no. That's it? Well, alright. Our main damage is going to continue to be Arc for a while. Because for some reason, this only fires 1 arrow per shot. Come on, grinding gear. This skill's called Storm Rain. You gotta make it fire more than 1 arrow by default. Like, I don't know. At least 3. Is that too much to ask for? I'm not asking for, like, freaking rain of arrows type shit. I'm just asking for a little more than just 1 arrow. Yeah, you can already see the build shaping up. Okay, that was cool. Yep. Stormbind. Yep, that's a channeling skill. Can do. I could not have asked for a better dock layout if I wanted to. Because, like, damn! Something has occurred to me, though. How am I supposed to fight General Gravicius with this build? Because I feel like bossing isn't necessarily a specialty on this build. I guess worst comes to worst, I can always drive up my death count a bunch. Remember, kids, this is why you don't play hardcore difficulty. Because in Path of Exile, things can, and they will, kill your character.
Time loses its will in Rayclast.
Oh, that was... My stomach just started growling like no tomorrow. Oh god. Oh jeez. See, this is exactly why I don't play hardcore. I'm not even gonna question that. This is why you don't play hardcore difficulty. I wonder how many other people have done a build like this. Probably a lot. Get some boots with run speed, for God's sake. I really do need to. I need to get boots in general, man. What was the recipe again? It's like
Neither the time nor the
something.
place.
It's like boots with. Wait, what? Oh no! What the hell am I doing?
Victor, the Beatles.
Cast on crit bow builds are generally what you make. Hell yeah.
Bring me back something nicer. Hello.
Yeah, you're right. I gotta get some of them move speed boots. How the hell do you do that again? Take that.
Bring me back something nicer.
I know it involved a Quicksilver potion in some way.
Still breathing, eh?
Jen, goodbye.
I'll take conductivity. Even though there's nowhere to put it, so I'll just throw it in the stash for now.
Hello.
Eve made you a div card. Nice. And Clarissa isn't offering a silver potion. Quicksilver flask. Useless.
No, you must leave.
Second character, so I should have some. Yeah, I got some currency. Alright. Wait, what am I doing? I could just craft some movement speed onto a boot, couldn't I? See, he's always 2 chaos for Wanderlust. Oh, for real? Yeah. Alright. Well, let me give it a look. Wanderlust wool shoes. Bro, why are all these direct whispers? I want to go to... Man... I hit slash in game. Oh. I didn't even realize there was an in-game market. What? Oh, that's cool as hell. Got it for 1 chaos. Alright. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna reload the instance. Actually, reloading the instance was not a good idea. Hold on, take me back. Because I at least knew where I was going with the other one. Nice. So. Get that cast on crit bow build. Dude, this is gonna be beautiful later on. I've become a walking nightmare. Instantly dies. We're nowhere near that point yet. There's so much room for improvement that the only real way is up.
The cockroaches. I like that.
Increased lightning damage. Oh, I gotta put that on. I really need this to fire more than one arrow per shot, though. Or do I? I don't know if I do. Shoot, something just occurred to me. Is General Gravicius required for progression? Because if he's not, I'm just gonna skip him. I gotta think about it. I'm pretty sure he's actually not. He used to give a skill point. Now he doesn't. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna ignore him. You know, assuming I don't die within 2 seconds. And suddenly, I wasn't sure what was happening. Some kind of crazy nonsense going on there. I'm doing great. I'm doing great, I swear. No, I feel like I just don't have single target damage though. But I mean, hopefully I won't need it. What? Oh, thanks for the free Gravicious. I really need a better survival. I don't actually have any evasion at all when I think about it. Token bow user. Why do I have a feeling I'm about to watch the entire universe implode? Oh. Never mind.
I know of only one woman capable of such depravity. Piety.
Tell you what. I think yep. Oh yeah. Now I got double the shots. I really do need evasion. I'm powerful until I'm not. I think that's more or less how I've figured this out. Oh, wow. Yeah. Alright then. This is not a good sign for piety, by the way. Especially because I have no resists. I need to find some kind of lightning resist, like, now. Actually, I need to find all resists in the universe. Either that or I can just, you know, keep on dying. That works too, right? Suppose so.
I see it now, Wonder.
Well, let's see how many times this. Let's see how many times I die. Now that was just rude.
Damn you!
You should die.
Goodbye.
None of those actually matter. Alright, now.
You quiet. Goodbye.
Okay. Onward. Now I just need to reach level 38. Easier said than done. Maybe if I run the aqueduct a few times, then I think about it. Actually, nah, I probably won't need to. Why do I... Wait, what? Why do I still have Galvanic Arrow? Actually, scratch that. Why do I still have an Act 1 bow?
This tower says it all. Pride killed the Eternal Empire.
Oh, I'm really operating on scraps here. Actually, no, not really. I've got some uniques that's already speaking for itself. Alright. How many deaths against Dominus? I'm betting at least 20. Oh, that's assuming I even get there. Stairs. Give me a minute. Actually, what if I just... yeah, I don't know about that. My main problem isn't actually spell damage, it's enemy attacks. So... oh. Oh, I really want to start crit. I really want to get the cast on crit running. I mean, dude, it's gonna be silly. Alright. Time to die.
I offered the gift of exile. You used it to reinvent yourself. I couldn't wish for a more brutal beast.
One. Oh.
Have you ever seen the true face of God, Exile? Shrink not from God. The light of divinity. Shrink not from God. The light of divinity. Die in awe. This world is an illusion, Exile.
Or just watch, bro. 20 deaths. Trust. 20 deaths. See, now I just gotta die 19 more times.
I prefer the view from where I'm standing now, Dominus.
Yeah, see, I'm not sure I'm gonna understand how I only died twice in that whole encounter, but
Don't die, please.
I've killed
Huh?
the puppet. Now I just need to follow the strings to his master. Can I not have but a moment?
you know, I used to fight that bird every time. Now I just don't. How beautiful. We're in Act 4. And that means one thing. I really need some gear upgrades.
Didn't need cataclysm. It created its own desolation.
What the? Yeah, that guy's a bit faster than I expected.
Sleep now, little nightmare.
Shackled boots. You know, these evasion nodes don't really mean anything if I don't have any evasion to begin with. Just a random thought.
This one is captured. Mine are retaken.
Sin is the crack through which nightmare seeps. What was your sin, Vol? Pride?
Alright.
We mar. You will be remembered.
Wait, I wonder if I could do 4 sockets on it. Oh, yeah. Alright. Nice and simple. Perfect. Alright. Onward I go then.
Take care.
Look at
The beast knows that I'm here.
I really need it. I have no evasion rating. Actually, not sure how much evasion I would need right now. But, you know. How much evasion would I need right now, anyway? I don't know.
Yes, Beast. You have every reason to be afraid.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna get reflexes. Because if I don't, things like that are gonna keep happening. Oh, that's great.
I have nothing more to give.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Huh? Hey, I'm pretty sure there's a harvest. Yeah, I think. Okay, so harvest quality. I never actually considered that for the build. Because there's some harvest crafting options that change the effects of item quality on your gear. I never actually considered that for the build. This is beautiful. I never actually... This might just be the most effort I've tried to put into any single build. So, you know, if I keep on dying every like freaking 10 steps I take forward, then I don't know how well this is gonna work out. Just gotta believe in the process, though.
You will be the first of many to throw off Nightmare's shackles, Ashret.
Oh, this is actually faster. Okay. What about crit chance? 5. Okay. I don't need either of those abilities. I got a face full of sonic screams. I don't think that was too ideal. Whoa. You believe in the process too, don't you? I hope.
Your terror grows, beast. So does my resolve.
I don't know exactly how intended my character's exceptional fragility is right now, but we'll work on it. And just like that, we have a little survivability. It's not much, but it might just help. Well, I think that got disproven immediately. Anyway. Now, let me grab this. Holy Sweep. Isn't that another one of the new abilities? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Holy Sweep is one of the new abilities, yeah? Swing a two-hand mace or staff in a circle, calling down holy hammers to land randomly on a number of enemies struck. Huh. So that's just sweep. That's just sweep 2.0, but with some undodgeable bits. I can get behind it, to be honest. I can just get behind it. Oh god, not this old leader. No, Soul Eater, screw off. Screw off, bro. Alright. We're good. Very good. We made it to Diala. Then we walked right past her and straight into Callum's dream. Oh goodness. Oh, that's so much stuff. I wonder if I could try streaming Minecraft. Honestly, I'm loving this already. Like, I know this build has yet to actually really show itself. I know this build really has yet to actually show its, you know, what it's really capable of. But it doesn't need to. I don't need to see the cast on crit to know this is silly. Wait, increased evasion. Okay, I can't take that mastery yet. Because I'm running Tabula Rasa as my armor right now. What I could do... Probably Revenge of the Hunted. No? That is actually a thought I never once considered until now. I could do Revenge of the Hunted. So we're gonna go Revenge of the Hunted for now. Oh no, the invulnerability aura. Trying to keep moving here. But, you know, I also want to get some kills, some XP, you know? I almost feel like I'm starting to play like a speedrunner. Except I know I'm not. If there's one thing I will never be able to actually grow used to with Path of Exile, with Poe 1 specifically, it is the whole thing where you just, like, if there's one thing I'll never grow used to, it's having to run back all the way through the whole map just to get to where you were if you die. I know it doesn't work that way in maps though, so, you know. Yeah, not for nothing. I do kind of wish they would add the whole checkpoints thing that Poe 2 has. I do wish you could have checkpoints here and there in Poe 1. Just so you don't have to run so far. every time you die. Just an idea. Oh, of course the invulnerability aura guy is also lightning resistant. Of course he is. Alright, I get it. Right, it's over here. Not fighting that unique pack. Please let me get level 38 before I fight Calm. Alright, we're gonna take a little extra time in this zone to just, you know, farm some experience. Try and reach level 38 before we fight Calm. Oh, hell no! Yeah, well, I'm just gonna reload instance. I'm not dealing with that. I'm just not dealing with that, no. Not today. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now things are really gonna come online. Assuming I don't die. Well, I didn't die. That's a start. Probably fine for a little while, but at this point my mana is definitely a concern. Ooh. Oh yeah, I'm definitely feeling that. I'm definitely feeling that. Woo! Now this is looking good. I know it's absolutely imperative that I keep on chugging mana potions.
I have nothing more to give. Save your breath for the
No, this is
exit,
fun.
Helm.
Now that's fun. Okay.
I am thereof. I felt. Hunt well.
Alright. I'm taking Clever Thief so that I have some kind of mana regen. That's already somewhat consistently firing out Crackling Lance. Oh yeah, look at this electrical madness. This is what I was trying to do.
Far too much baggage.
Is it though? I don't think so. Oh, right. Locked in a small arena with those guys. Those dudes have been tough.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
Oh, and even better, my evasion rating has dropped. I don't even know how I was supposed to get through that. What? Alright, if I die one more time and there's virtually no progress on that, I'm just going to reset the instance. Oh, alright. Where's Barcool? Oh. Oh, there he is. Alright. I'm also going to grab Mind Drinker.
Welcome to the grand arena of Theopolis. It is here. Die a death worthy of applause, gladiator. A battle worthy of song. The way you fight reminds me of how it feels to be possessed with the idea of victory. A game of swords is nothing. Is your passion enough to climb a crown? We shall see.
Okay. Looking good.
Love was the blade that you turned upon yourself, Sword King.
Wait, I totally need that mana flask. Nah, I need that mana flask. Oh. Man, what the hell?
I'm watching, yes?
Alright.
Nightmare made real.
Spent like a couple hours on this last night though. Alright. Level 2. Or I die 28 times. Huh. Actually a lot of damage. I think it's pretty decent on the single target damage. Nerf lightning storm enemies, please. They're too ridiculous. Alright, Minded Drinker is definitely helping with my mana situation. I think I'm good to start speccing towards other things. Namely the frickin' life recoup. I've been desperately needing that. Okay then. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I gotta go past the frickin' lightning storm guy? Okay then.
Who is the wonder child now, Scion?
The stun locks are evil, dude.
Not make this a habit. It really hurts.
The stun locks are evil.
This twisting of flesh and life. Brilliant. Insane.
Now, I actually have a lot of life regen, all things considered. Like, did you see how long I survived that? All things considered, I have a lot of sustain. Or at least it feels like it. And that's impressive and disturbing to me at the same time. Alright. Nice.
Exquisite.
What? Dad, that's not me. I didn't do anything, I swear. Bro, my game just tweaked out. That's bad, bro. The game knows I'm dabbling into the Eldritch Arts. It wanted to stop me, but it cannot.
I'm sorry, Malagaro, but I can be quite critical.
Such lovely material. Lovely material. Lovely material.
I'm the better Lightning Mancer. The better Electromancer. And I'm not even... Well, I guess I am shooting lightning spells. Skill. I guess I am shooting lightning arrows. Should I level up before I fight Malachi? I really desperately want that life recoup.
You could not be more perfect, Scion. So now it is up to us to commit one final act of creation. A single death that will mark the rebirth of an entire world. Embrace the future. Die and be reborn.
Damn, that damage. Like, come on, you gotta admit, that is some insane damage. When it's like, when I really get the opportunity to build it up, woo, that is going wild.
Let's see if you truly understand what it means to be Nightmare.
Shut up and fight me.
Accept the gift of immortality.
Holy man. I mean, seriously though, once this build really gets going, it's like, this is probably the most DPS I've ever had on a build.
Your life will go on.
No love.
I was
Act with care. I will save Orius. Or die trying.
What? Who needs to die? I've got a respawn button. See? I have a respawn button. But really, I would like to stop dying all the time.
Can I not have but a moment's respite?
You know what? No, I'm just refreshing the instance. Screw that. think the main question I'm asking now is when I should swap off of Tabula Rasa. Probably not until the end of the campaign.
Let this be the end of slavery in Aurea.
Alright. We're gonna tear through Act 5 like there's nothing there.
For freedom. Yes?
For freedom.
Farewell.
Well.
I have nothing more to give. You could have been so much more, Piety.
A for effort.
The Templars should have seen this coming.
Dang, man.
I return home with the power to make a difference.
do indeed have the power to make a difference.
Farewell.
Thank
The Templar Courts. We're almost at the end of Act 5.
These corrupt courts should be
Actually, it's more like the halfway point. But, you know. Okay. Let's go for Heart and Thunder first. The Chamber of Innocence. Alright.
Such a beautiful house of lies.
Increase dexterity, increase evasion. Doesn't have mana per enemy killed, but I'll probably getting by just fine as is. So we'll take the gloves. See how fast I can kill him. Damn.
What in damnation?
It seems my wish has been granted.
Ah, what the hell? I didn't meant to res in town there. But I did. All right.
This feast seems more like a funeral pyre. I have to put a stop to this madness.
All right, running into the ossuary.
They've been throwing bones into the air since before the Eternal Empire. How does anyone keep track?
All right. Last zone in Act 5.
Can we not have but a moment's respite?
Okay.
I won't let you destroy my home. I have nothing more to give.
Wow, that is a lot of damage. GG. I think that might be where I cut the stream. Ugh. So, I kind of want to go on a walk and, you know,
Hope may flicker, but it cannot be extinguished.
do other things. Alright.
This isn't over. I will return.